Okay, let's start. Understanding diseases and causes. So here we are going to understand diseases and the causes for the disease. To maintain to maintain a healthy human body, one should have the knowledge of cause of the diseases and the effects, right? To maintain a healthy body, a person should have the knowledge of the cause and the disease and their effects also, right? Some dangerous diseases which exist in the current world are non-communicable diseases such as cancers, heart disease, diabetes, chronic renal disease, and communicable disease such as dengue, AIDS. Right? Dengue, AIDS are communicable diseases. So non-communicable diseases are cancers, heart disease, diabetes, chronic renal disease, that is kidney disease. So these diseases are non-communicable. Okay, so here non-communicable diseases like cancers, heart disease, diabetes, chronic renal disease, and communicable diseases like dengue, AIDS, right? Cancers, causes for this is not fully understood yet, right? Cause for the cancer is not fully understood yet. Cancers are one of the leading cause for death, okay? Cancers are one of the leading cause nowadays for the death. AIDS, what is AIDS? AIDS is a viral disease. It's a viral disease which is serious and growing health problem worldwide. So AIDS, that is a AIDS is a communicable disease. Cancer is a non-communicable disease. AIDS is a viral disease which is a serious and growing health problem worldwide. Nowadays, it is a growing health problem, right? Chronic renal disease. In Sri Lanka, recently CKDU has become a serious health problem. Chronic renal disease in Sri Lanka has become a serious health problem, right? Currently, scientists are working on prevention, remedial measures, and cures for such diseases. Currently, scientists are working on the prevention and the remedial measures and cures for such diseases. So, the next part is solving some legal and ethical issues, right? Solving some legal and ethical issues. Knowledge and applications of biological concept is important in solving some legal issues such as parentage testing, right? In criminal investigations and to solve immigration disputes. To solve immigration disputes. So here the knowledge and application of biological concept is important in solving some legal issues such as parentage testings in criminal investigations and to solve immigration disputes. So this can be also questioned. There can be questions in this as well, right? The applications of biological concepts where uh, we use the biological concepts in solving legal and ethical issues. You can tell parentage testing in criminal investigations and to solve immigration disputes we use. DNA fingerprinting is in above circumstances. We use how to find what is the method is DNA fingerprinting. So DNA fingerprinting only being used in the above circumstance. Okay. The next is nature and the organization patterns of living world. In accordance with different criteria, we can see a diversity among living organisms, right? Organisms are what? What is the diversity? Organisms are diverse based on their shape, size, form, and habitat. No, organisms are diverse based on their shape. Number one is shape, right? Based on their size, form, and then habitat. There are 4 points. These things also can be questioned in the paper, right? Based on their size, shape, form, and habitat. So living organisms show a wide range of variation in size, shape, form, and habitats. Size of a bacteria is 0.2 micrometers to 0.25 to 2. This is the size of a bacteria. A giant sequoia, giant redwood is 100 meters, right? Shape, organisms are diverse in shape. Like, they're diverse. They don't have a particular shape. Like, they don't have means not every organism has a same shape. They're diverse in shape. Now, earthworm, if you take, they're cylindrical. Now, birds and fish, they have streamlined body. Right? We can study more on this in Unit 3. Right? Forms, if you take unicellular, amoeba is unicellular. Now, multicellular, human is multicellular. Animal and plants are multicellular. Right? Amoeba is unicellular, multicellular plant or an animal. Habitat terrestrial, aquatic, arboreal, aerial. Terrestrial, aquatic, arboreal, aerial. The next is characteristics of organisms. What is the characteristics? Okay, if you see this, the characteristics of organism. To survive, each organism, whether simple or complex, must be able to perform certain functions. These are for living function. Characteristics of organisms. What are the characteristics of organisms? It also can be questioned. Order and organization, metabolism, growth and development, irritability, coordination. Then comes, adaptation, reproduction, heredity, evolution, right? These are the characteristics of organisms. So these definitions are also important to remember. Like, you must remember these definitions as well, because these can be questioned in MCQ, in structured essay. They are frequently being tested. Okay, so order and organization from molecular level to biosphere, there is an order and organization, right? From the molecular level to biosphere, there is an order, there is a particular order to perform their biological activities efficiently. Lower level components are organized in methodical patterns in upper level to make it more efficient, like plant, leaf, and human eye. Right? Human eye is in the upper part of the body. So those are order and organization. In the leaf, that is, leaf is in the upper part of the body, right? Upper part means in the outer part of the body only you can find the leaf. So like that, those things are being, there is an order and organization in any of them, right? So that is called as order and organization in the characteristic. It is also the characteristic of organisms. The next is metabolism. The sum of all chemical activities taking place in an organism is its metabolism. It includes catabolic reaction and anabolic reaction. Growth and development. All organisms begin their life as single cell. All organisms, they begin their life as a single cell. Okay. Okay, growth and development, if you take, all organisms begin their life as a single cell. During growth, an irreversible increase in dry mass occurs, which is characterized only by the living cells. Okay, growth is characterized only by living cells. Non-living cells, they don't grow, right? So, irreversible change, that is growth. So, you must remember that definition as well. Irreversible changes that occur during the lifespan of an organism is development. These two are two different things. Sometimes you can get confused in this. So, you must clearly remember these 2 points very much clearly. Growth is an irreversible increase in the dry mass which occurs, which is characterized only by living. Irreversible changes that occur during the lifespan of an organism is called development. Growth and development are two consequent processes that happen in the lifespan of an organism. So growth and development are not same. They are two consequent processes. Growth and development are two consequent processes that happen in the lifespan of an organism. So next, irritability and coordination. Irritability is the ability, you must remember this as well, ability to respond to stimuli from both internal and external environment. That is irritability. Movement of an organism occurs as a result of irritability and coordination. And like, if you take an organism, it moves. How does it move? As a result of this irritability and coordination only, the movement of an organism occurs as well. So here this is also the point. It's been tested in MCQ. In animals, this happened in an A-level paper. This was tested. Now you can see a lot of questions being tested in this part. So it's very important to remember accurately. So in animals, this happens as a result of coordinated efforts of nervous, hormonal, muscular and skeletal systems. right? As coordinated result of these systems only, in the organisms this happens. In animals this happens. Irritability and coordination of movement happens as a result of coordinated efforts of nervous system, hormonal system, muscular and skeleton system. These systems separately can be studied in future. Okay, next, adaptation. You must remember this definition as well. Okay, adaptation is a peculiarity of structure, physiology, or a behavior that promotes the likelihood of an organism's survival and reproduction in a particular environment. Okay, adaptation is a peculiarity of structure, physiology, or behavior that promotes the likelihood of an organism's survival and reproduction in a particular environment, right? So that is the definition for adaptation. So example, sunken stomata in xerophytes, viviparity in mangroves, splayed out foods in camels. Okay, sunken stomata in xerophytes, these are adaptations in desert like plants, desert places where there is very little water. To prevent transpiration, uh, these adaptations are there. Okay, sunken stomata in xerophytes, viviparity in mangroves also, and splayed out foods in camels. So, okay, so viviparity in mangroves means their seeds are germinating while attached to the parent plant itself, right? So that you call viviparity in mangroves. Okay, so splayed out foods in camels is it's an adaptation for them to walk in the soft sands. It's like snowshoes. Remember this definition. This definition also is very important to remember, and it's better if you can remember these examples as well. Okay, in case. So what is reproduction, children? That is the ability to produce offspring for a continuous existence of species. Reproduction is the ability to produce offspring for continuous existence of species. So next comes the heredity and evolution. Organisms have genes that passes from one generation to the next and control specific physiological, morphological and behavioral characters of organisms. Ability of organisms to change over time as a result of genetic modification is called evolution. So what is evolution? Ability of organisms to change over time as a result of genetic modification. Ability of organisms to change over time as a result of genetic modification is called evolution. So you have to remember this as well. Okay. Many non-living entities may have one or more of these characteristics, but not all of them. Okay, many non-living entities also may have one or more of these characteristics, but not all. Crystals also grow. Example, crystals grow. Waves move. But non living organisms display all these characteristics simultaneously or at some point of their life cycle, right? Only living show all these, right? Simultaneously they show. So by considering this, it can be said that these occurring in single-celled organisms as well as highly complex organisms such as humans and anthophytes. Anthophytes mean flowering plants. Okay, so here hierarchical levels of organization of living things. Hierarchical levels of organizations of living things. The cell is a basic structural and functional unit of life. Some organisms are unicellular while others are multicellular. Cell is composed of several organelles which are formed by different organic molecules. The hierarchical level of organization of living things can be constructed by using relevant examples at each levels. Molecules. So these are the levels. You must remember this also. This is also an important point. You must remember what are the hierarchical levels of organization, right? Hierarchical levels were molecules, after molecules the organelles. So you must remember this. Organelles you must be able to write alone. Cells, then tissues, then comes the organs, right? Then organ system, after organ systems organism, after organisms population, right? population, then community. You must practically remember these things. Communities, ecosystem, and then comes the biosphere. After ecosystem only, biosphere comes. Okay, so that's how this is being uh, done. Okay, so now we have finished unit 1. I hope you have understood the readings and the explanation. I normally, in this unit 1, there is nothing to explain actually. The more is to read and understand. Okay, so let's meet in from unit 2.